Welcome back to All About Guitar. So today we have Murdoch from Mersey Pickups in the Distillery Studios having a good look round and showing off their pickups.
Yeah, we're quite a new company, so it's nice to be here talking to you. And I think we're really excited to show off what we've got.
So today we're going to talk about your Stratocaster pickups primarily, but then you're going to tell us a little bit about the range and what else you guys offer. But before we get into all that, tell me a little bit about your history and why you do what you do.
I think there's a lot of guitarists who play Squires and cheaper guitars. There sort of comes to that point where you want to upgrade your pickups. Look around, they're quite expensive, and I sort of endeavoured to make my own. And 2 years later, much more money and a lot of stress. Sort of, we're here with a business. We aim to do things a little bit differently. Once you start to pick away some of the long-standing traditions, the sort of fiberboard bobbins, some of the types of wire people insist on them being made out of, there's quite a lot of unnecessary costs in how pickups are made. Our main focus is to sell the best sounding pickups money can buy. But the way we do that is without a lot of the sort of overheads that a lot of the more traditional manufacturers would use.
Sure.
On top of that, we try and go for some designs that are untraditional, but we try not to sell anything that looks like something anyone else would sell. We have done some custom work for metal pickups and things like that. My logic with it is if I don't play it, I'm not going to be able to make the pickup sound as good as someone who knows about it. The style of music I play and the other people play is classic 50s, 60s.
Cool.
I play a lot of blues.
Understandable. Yeah. So at All About Guitar, as you guys know, we're all about custom work, and we help people get the tone and the sound out of their guitars that they want. So we're a little bit of like a signposting company in some respects. So we like to guide people to get the best out of their guitars. And one of the many reasons for inviting you down today was to see if we can continue that and kind of help you guys grow and hopefully get people to know that you guys exist in the Bristol area. This Stratocaster here is a Squire Stratocaster that you've brought with you today. Quite clearly see this doesn't have the stock pickups in it because of the design features that your pickup offers. Tell us about these.
So it's a classic vibe Stratocaster. It's the 40th anniversary one. Good guitar. I think they're sort of still quite underrated, and it came with proper Alnico 5 pickups. I think a lot of Squires use ceramic magnets.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
It was still missing something. It was my personal guitar for a while. So this has the sort of latest iteration of our Stratocaster pickups in it. It takes the best bits of the pre-CBS sort of 62 pickups with a little bit of the late 60s, what sort of Jimi Hendrix would have been playing.
Okay, yeah.
So enamel wire, but maybe slightly degaussed and more irregular magnets. So it sort of gives a nice mix of both of those eras.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. And the finish, that's a custom finish for you guys? We could change the face of those pickups. If a customer say they like the burgundy of their guitar, could we do the stripes there burgundy, for example, and maybe some color match
without
that?
a doubt. Yeah.
Big slam, so you know it's finished. I don't know what else to do. So here we are going through the Fender Toemaster Pro through a Fender Princeton preset with a 10-inch speaker emulated within this with a Nashville overdrive wired into the MacBook, and that's the audio that you're hearing through this demo. So a pure clean signal straight from the Toemaster Pro straight into Fender Studio. First impressions, I think we've nailed the bluesy tone that Murdoch was mentioning earlier on that he was aiming for with these pickups. They are very, very throaty, and hopefully that's coming out in a demo that we do. And I'm sure Murdoch's going to have a go on these in a minute as well.
So these are sort of a blend of the early and late 60s pickups you'd find in the Stratocaster. Cool. Late 60s is what you'd call a really classic Strat sound. That's your thin wire, strong magnets that if you looked at the sound profile, that'd be high treble, high bass, and a big scoop in the middle.
Cool, okay.
The early 60s is maybe a little, you'd say, woodier or warmer. Maybe not as Stratty, but equally sort of used on as many records and iconic. And this is just a blend of that. So when you sort of have it on a lower volume, you will sort of get that scoop and the spank.
Nice.
Sorry. But then when you turn it up, it'll sort of get warmer. And they, as you pointed out before, they do get loud. They sort of have a more balanced and natural sound profile.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's sort of the best of both worlds, because if you keep the volume low and then crank the amp, you'll get more of the stratiness, and so you just have more options than you would with the normal pickups. I think.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. So welcome to the workshop. Show us your wares. So show us what you guys do, how you do it, and let's get under the hood of what these pickups are all about, mate.
Well, I think we can start with the Strat pickups that we just showed on the guitar. Sort of the way they're traditionally built is with the magnets sort of press fit into two fiberboard bits. We 3D print all our bobbins, and they sort of have an extra structure within them. So when some pickups are going to split open over time from the force of the coils sort of compressed in there, ours aren't going to do that in the same way some would. Also means you can take the magnets out without unwinding them, which is
cool.
a big plus.
Yeah.
What
advantage would that give to a player?
It's just that extra flexibility. So if someone wanted to come back to us and say, actually, I think the magnets on here too powerful, I want a bit more warmth in the tone, or the opposite, they say, I want a bit more gain. It's a 5-minute job to swap them out rather than a day of rewinding.
You can see from your website here as well is the design of these pickups. They are eye-catchingly different. On the bench here, we've got some humbuckers and some P90 etched or designed pickups on the top here. So let's grab one. So these are the white shell humbucker style. I guess we can customize the front of these pickups to our nth degree, right? Because you're 3D printing them and designing them from scratch for each customer, I guess.
Yeah.
Would you, like you said earlier on, these are your signature sort of style ones. Are these the most common ones that you're being asked for at the moment?
Definitely. I think the little window into the coil on the side is something that people have really taken to. And I remember when I built that design sort of made real for the first time, I thought, we're onto something here. It's not been done before. We spent quite a long time working out how to wax pot them and keep the shine. Lots of tape on them. In the end, leaving it bare was actually the best way. Which, does pose some risk to snagging, but we've kept the guards in place that should minimise that.
Sure. Okay, cool. Awesome.
Alternative to that design, and we do have a few others that we've not got here on our website, if people can go and look at after. We do use fabrics as well. So in this case, we've got some paisley. We'll do that in any colour you want. Or if you have a custom design, you want a logo, any sort of fabric you want.
As a default range, what are your sort of offerings?
The classics, Strat, Telly, Humbucker, P90, all of them voiced to how I personally have found them to sound best. So I think for the Strat, that's a combination of early and late 60s. Telly, that sort of blackguard tone. Humbuckers, sort of the early Alnico 2 Les Pauls. P90s, Les Paul as well, the early 50s. That, if you get in touch, you can have whatever you want. I think I'm making some mini humbuckers.
Okay.
And a version of a bare knuckle Ragnarok.
Oh yeah, awesome.
That a customer wanted.
If you could pick anybody in the history of electric guitar to play these pickups, for example, who would that be?
Me personally,
Yeah.
John Squire.
Okay, awesome.
If I saw him using these pickups, I'd die of happiness.
Okay.
Anyone from history, Jeff Beck.
Amazing.
Probably.
Yeah.
I think when it comes to, if you think about Stratocasters, he is the man.
He is. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
We had one in here not that long ago, a Mark I Fender Jeff Beck Strat.
Oh, okay. With the roller nut.
Yeah, with the roller nuts and the lace sensor pickups in. So thanks again, Madoc, for coming in and showing us your pickups today. Where can people find out more about Mersey Guitar?
So we've got a website and our web store. That's merseyguitar.uk. Go and check that out. And then our Instagram is at Mersey Guitar. Pretty easy to find.
Awesome, awesome. And people can just send you requests for different custom ideas and just send you a message all about whatever you can help them with when it comes to pickups,
Anything,
right?
ask us about pickups, ask them about how we build them, ask us about our day, just get in contact.
Awesome.
Anything, yeah.
Ace, awesome. So thanks very much for watching and hopefully see you next time.